April 2025. A high-stakes meeting takes place in secret. Two enemies. One room, no cameras, only consequences. After years of shadows and silence, the United States and Iran are talking again. But this time, there are no middlemen, and the world is holding its breath. Back in 2015, the world watched history unfold. The Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or the Iran nuclear deal, promised a safer Middle East. In exchange for lifting crushing sanctions, Iran agreed to limit uranium enrichment to 3.67%, cap uranium stockpile at 300 kilograms, allow regular inspections by the IAEA, halt work on heavy water reactors, dismantle two-thirds of its centrifuges. But in 2018, the deal was torn apart. The Trump administration pulled out, calling it a historic mistake. Sanctions slammed back in, and Iran retaliated. With diplomacy frozen, secret talks began in 2023. The mediators, Qatar, Oman, and Switzerland, whispered messages between enemies, exchanged by strangers. For nearly 2 years, US and Iranian officials relied on third-party channels, testing the waters, the focus, prisoner swaps, unfreezing assets, and backdoor de-escalation, but nothing concrete. Then, in April 2025, a diplomatic bombshell. For the first time in nearly a decade, US and Iranian officials sat face to face in a confidential meeting hosted by a European ally. This wasn't just a handshake, this was survival diplomacy. Sources reveal the urgent new agenda includes bringing uranium enrichment back below 5%, reducing Iran's enriched uranium stockpile, now over 20 times the JCPOA limit, reintroducing IAEA inspectors with real-time monitoring, capping advanced centrifuge development, binding Iran to missile range restrictions, preventing nuclear weaponization. The stakes higher than ever. According to the International Atomic Energy Agency, Iran is now enriching uranium up to 60% purity, a short technical step away from weapons grade. That's enough material for multiple nuclear warheads if further enriched. Experts estimate Iran could reach nuclear breakout in as little as 3 weeks. And with the region already on edge, the clock is ticking louder than ever. Fueling the urgency behind these talks is an old enemy in a new crisis: Israel. In early 2025, a series of Israeli airstrikes targeted Iranian military positions in Syria and allegedly covert nuclear facilities deep inside Iran. The message? Clear. Israel will not allow Iran to go nuclear. Iran's response: step on the gas, not only in uranium enrichment, but in regional proxy escalations from Yemen to Lebanon. For Tehran, nuclear capability is now more than leverage. It's a shield against future strikes, a declaration of regional power. So what happens next? Will this sudden shift to direct talks lead to a new deal or disaster? The proposed new deal is tougher, wider in scope. It's no longer just about centrifuges. It's about missiles, militia groups, maritime security, and most of all, stopping the race toward nuclear war. But neither side wants to blink first, and with Israeli threats growing louder, one miscalculation could ignite a regional firestorm. This isn't just about uranium anymore, it's about power, pride, and survival. Talks continue, but the clock keeps ticking. Then, just days after the secret April meeting, the tone shifted dramatically. On Sunday, the US Secretary of Defense issued a chilling ultimatum: if Iran refuses to cooperate and continues to escalate, we will not hesitate to take military action. All options, including force, are on the table. This wasn't just rhetoric. Military assets have been repositioned. Surveillance over Iranian territory has intensified. Washington is sending a clear signal. Diplomacy is the first option, but not the only one. A nuclear Iran would shift the global balance of power. Israel has vowed to strike, the US is threatening war, and Iran is not backing down. Is the world heading toward a deal or a detonation? As the countdown continues and war drums grow louder, one final question looms in the shadows of every closed door meeting. This story is no longer just about diplomacy, it's about decisions that could define the future of the Middle East and the world. Like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on the next move in this high stakes geopolitical thriller. And in the comments, let us know, do you think the US is bluffing or getting ready for war?